We have this coming in our front door. We're not the creators of these products.
Hmm.
We didn't profit off of these products, but yet, because of where we sit, we have to be ready.
Hey everyone, it's Bob Crossan. I'm the editorial director for the Endeavor Business Media Water Group. I'm joined today by Richard Nie. He is president and CEO of StreamGo Water Solutions, as well as OJ McFoy, who is the general manager of the Buffalo Sewer Authority. And we're going to be talking about a PFAS solution. So thank you both for being here with me and taking the time.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so OJ, I wanted to start with you. PFAS are a big issue for utilities at this moment in time, both mostly on the drinking water side, but obviously the sewer and wastewater side is going to come. What processes did you follow in before determining what you wanted to do in terms of a solution and deciding on the StreamGo solution?
Well, really, we've been monitoring PFAS for a while there. We started doing testing a year ago at our clean water facility, and for us, some of the challenges that we're seeing is it's coming in the front door, but it's coming in concentrated in a leachate area. And so really partnering with Richard and his company, StreamGo, was just a perfect marriage for us to get involved with because they had a solution right there in the pipe solution that we can use and we could kind of demonstrate its effectiveness. And we were able to do this, and they had it available. It was just right over the border here in Canada, and it was able to come see us. So we were able to, try it out right away and make sure that it was as effective as he's saying it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys essentially did like a small little pilot test then, or am I misunderstanding that?
No, exactly. We did a demonstration project to kind of prove out how effective this is, especially in such a concentrated manner of the leachate that we're getting from landfills.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Rich, I mean, to on your side of the question, you have this solution. You were bringing it to Buffalo Sewer and checking that out. Could you explain a little bit about how this solution actually works and what it's doing?
Yeah, you raised a really good point that everyone's been focusing on drinking water, and what's been kind of going by the wayside is how we're going to handle wastewater. And wastewater presents some challenges, right? We have obviously other things in the water, and we have color. We have a lot of different things that we have to handle. So the technology that we've brought to Buffalo Sewer Authority is made particularly for wastewater applications.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you don't get any worse than leachate. So the nice thing is the technology, we start with first removal and concentration. We use a foam fractionation technology to do that. Once we have it in our hands and concentrated, the destruction part becomes very easy. And that's hard for people to understand. A lot of people are always focused. They're always asking me, how do you destroy it? And there are numerous destruction technologies, and we use multiples depending on the scenario. In the case of a leachate, the water has a lot of color to it, a lot of transmission issues. So, we tend to work with different technologies that suit that versus our drinking water applications. Water is very clear. We can use an oxidation process that may be light driven, all different types of techs. So the one that we have there, like I said, we're removing, concentrating with foam fractionation, and then our destruction technology is basically an oxidation process that breaks it back down to its base elements. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, really, really interesting. And I know that this is I think this is going to be a path that a lot of utilities are going to be taking here in the future. I wanted to get your thoughts, OJ. Do you have any advice for people who are going to be going down this path? And then I guess toward Rich after that is, like how should people reach out to their PFAS solutions providers and what considerations should they make? So starting first with you, OJ, could you what advice do you have for other utilities who are making their way down this path like you just did?
Thank you very much for the question, Bob. One of the things that we looked at is, hey, we have this coming in our front door, right? We're not the creators of these products.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't profit off of these products, but yet because of where we sit, and as the public health solution providers, we have to be ready for that. So this opportunity was great to demonstrate that we can be ready, especially at its most potent source, which for us is leachate. So we see it coming in the front door. We understand the millions of gallons of flow, and that's a different issue than the tens of thousands of gallons of flow that we're able to get through our leachate system. And so With the demonstration project, it was an excellent opportunity to say, hey, let's take care of this side right now. And then we can explore how we can upside all of this to make sure that we're handling PFAS as they come through us.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, Rich, to your just the other side of that coin, for a utility that's looking to go on this journey, what types of considerations should they be making when they're reaching out to you or other manufacturers or solutions providers, for that matter?
Yeah, I mean, the one piece of advice I would give is, everyone thinks there's this magic box that you can just go buy and it'll treat their wastewater. And what we always preface is, the reason we made a number of pilot systems is two waters are alike. And on the drinking water side, very clean water, we're right away using ROs to remove everything. And that way we know we have safe water, we're meeting EPA requirements. And then we get into the balance of work of concentrating it and destroying it. In our wastewater cycles, there could be huge variance, like OJ, talked about. You can be 40 parts per trillion versus, leachate's 110,000 parts per trillion, right? So totally different approaches, treatment times, all these different parameters. So go into it knowing you're going to have to work your way through the process of getting to the right solution. And the best way to do that is piloting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it sounds like coming armed with some monitoring data like what you had, OJ, is actually really useful in this case as well, because then you understand the extent of your problem in different areas, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then you get to work with your provider to say, hey, listen, this is what we're looking at, here in Buffalo. Richard just spoke on that, right? Everybody has a different stream, right? So whether that's a drinking water stream or on the clean water side, everyone has just a slightly different thing. And so for us, we had our numbers. We had a good spread of our leachate. We had a number of months that we were able to bring and say, hey, here's what we're looking at. Do you have a solution for this? And they were able to fine tune their solution with us over the summer to make sure that it fit for Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys both for your time. I appreciate you coming to us with this solution and this idea and how you guys have been working together. It's fantastic. And I really appreciate you both taking the time to speak with me about it.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
And for everyone who's watching, you can check out our video description below for some more videos or PFAS content, and we'll see you then.